Welcome back. Today I'm doing a highly requested video. I'm showing you guys how I do my everyday glowy makeup routine, and today we have a sponsor. Can I get an amen? Can I get an hallelujah? We are giving it up for Clinique today, who is partnering with me to talk about their new Even Better Refresh Foundation. Such an honor. I can't believe it. It's my first beauty sponsorship, you guys. I'm so excited to tell you guys all about this foundation. So if you want to see how I got this glowy look step by step, keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna start by prepping my face with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I always like to moisturize before I start my makeup just because I like my skin to be like nice and hydrated and fresh and plump and juicy, like the peach that I am. So I'm gonna pop that all over the skin, and then we are going to go right into the foundation. Okay, so today we're using the new Clinique Even Better Refresh Hydrating and Repairing Makeup. I am using the shade WN44T. That's a medium to fair, warm neutral undertone. This foundation comes in about 27 shades, which is great because there's usually gonna be a fit for just about everyone. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on the back of my hand and use my beauty blender to apply. I'm going to kind of focus it in the middle of my face where I need the most coverage. I am recently self-tanned. As you guys can tell from here, we have a little, I'm trying out some new products and things got a little crazy. Note to self, don't do your self-tanner at 1 o'clock in the morning because it never really works out and you forget to put on your barrier cream. So I'm doing half of my face so you guys can see kind of the side-by-side of how beautifully this goes on. It leaves this like really pretty sheen to the skin that I'm sure you guys get. I'm looking in the viewfinder. So you guys can see this like beautiful like sheen to the skin. It's blurring things out, but it's not heavy. I think that's what I really like most about this foundation is that it's not heavy, but I'm getting good coverage from it. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit more. If you guys haven't used Clinique products before, so Clinique has an incredible line of skincare, and they put a lot of that skincare into their foundation. So this has stuff like peptides, salicylic acid, makes your skin look nice and plump, and it can be built up to full coverage. I personally am going to sheer it out, but it does layer up really nicely. I feel like it's giving me like a good amount of coverage, but it still looks like skin, so I don't feel like I'm too cakey. It's such a flawless finish. That's really what I look for in my foundations, is like something that looks flawless, something that feels really light, that looks really pretty, but the main thing for me is that it looks hydrated and that it looks glowy. That tends to be the thing that you guys comment on the most when I do my makeup and videos, is how pretty my skin looks and stuff. It's because I'm using these hydrating foundations, and this Clinique one, even though new to me in the past week, I think I've used it about 4 times so far. I'm really loving how, first of all, how long it lasts, but mostly just the fact that I never look too flawless, if that makes sense. Like I never look fake, I never look cakey, it just looks really pretty. Okay guys, I just had to stop and let you guys know in the middle of my tutorial that I'm going to be filming that I have been wearing this Clinique foundation, and we're stopping shooting because Amelia just said your makeup is still holding up. It is 96 degrees out. We have been shooting in the direct, can you show them that it is direct sunlight? We've been finding little patches of shade, but we have been shooting in blue skies and 96 degrees for going on 4 hours, and you can get in and like see that like my foundation is holding up. I'm obviously sweating because you've been running around and shooting and stuff, but this foundation is holding up like a champ, you guys. So we wanted to know if it lasts. We're talking 4 hours, 96 degrees, shooting, changing every 5 seconds, and it's still holding up really, really well. So I'm gonna shoot you back to the tutorial, but I just had to let you guys know this foundation might be my new holy grail. So if you guys like how this looks on my skin, if you go to a Clinique counter, they will give you a 10-day sample. So like 10 days worth of foundation. So you can try this out and see if you like it for yourself. So it's been on for a couple of minutes. I was just kind of rolling things out, making sure things look perfect. So it's dried down and it doesn't feel tacky, it doesn't feel powdery, it just feels like my skin is like nice and hydrated, but I'm still getting a bunch of coverage. I kind of layered it up in the center here and still looks really, really nice. I don't see any redness coming through. I think it gives me a nice finish, so really, really pretty. I don't know if I mentioned, just $32 for an ounce of the foundation. So like I said, go to your Clinique counter, get your 10-day trial to make sure that you like it, and if you do, go ahead and pick it up. I think it's a great foundation. It really lasts a long time. So now that my foundation is on, let's move on to concealer, and then we're gonna get right into my eye look. Okay, so for my concealer, I'm going to be using the NARS Potted Concealer in the shade Light 2.75. I'm going to link everything down below. I really do hope that you guys check out that foundation though, because that is a freaking nice foundation. I really love how it like really does make my skin look amazing. Okay, so I am going into my Ofra Boho palette. This is probably the best palette purchase I've ever made in my entire existence. It has everything you need. It has everything you need. It comes with 2 brow shades right here, a banana setting powder, 2 bigger kind of neutral powders that you can use wherever, some shimmer, some mattes, a bronzer, and 2 highlighters. When I'm traveling, this is literally all I take. I take this, I take my foundation and take like some mascara, and then I'm good to go. So I am going to be using a lot of these shadows to make my look today, and then I'm gonna bring in some fun extra stuff to kind of amp up the glitter. So I'm gonna start by warming up my crease with this color right here in the top corner. It's kind of a warm medium tone brown. On a different fluffy brush, I'm going to take the color right next to it. It's a little bit darker. I'm just gonna take that out to deepen up the crease. My hand looks crazy in the shadows because like it looks so dark. I don't know why it looks so dark compared to the rest of me. I'm gonna set my boho palette aside, and now I'm gonna get into the fun stuff. So I am taking the Starlit Powder by Makeup Forever in the shade 8C01. You know, they have such very awesome, intricate names for their shadows. This is what it looks like. It's really, really gorgeous. And I'm gonna be using it wet and dry. Okay, so I'm gonna take what's in the cap and I'm just gonna pop it on a shader brush, and I'm gonna pop it on dry just so I get like an all over wash of color. But oh, like right off the bat, it's just so beautiful. Oh my God. So I'm gonna concentrate it kind of in the front, kind of third of the lid, and then sweep it over the middle, and then let it kind of dissolve, I guess, into the outer third of the eye. Okay, so I'm taking this pencil brush. I'm gonna spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus just to get it wet, so that I can pick up the pigment and apply the pigment wet, which will give me a stronger payoff. And that's really where a lot of that foiled effect comes from, was that using that pigment wet. That really is kind of the one thing that I make sure that I do almost every time I do my makeup, is that I use the products wet and dry, mostly because it gives me more bang for my buck and the longevity, but then I also get the effect that I want without using a ton of product. I'm going to throw a little powder under my eyes to set that concealer. I don't tend to put a lot of powder under my eyes because I don't want to look cakey, so I just put like the littlest bit and I let it sit for like a couple of seconds, and then I get rid of it just to set it, because I tend to work long days, and then also it's very hot here, so I just kind of tend to set like the under eye and then like right in the middle of my face, and that's about it. Okay, I'm gonna go do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so my brows are done. I just used the new Urban Decay Brow Endowed, the color, and then the Brow Blade in the waterproof pencil and ink stain. These are really, really great if you want to try something new for your brows. These products are actually fantastic. I bought them when they came out because I really wanted to try the ink stain part, because I loved how fine the tip looked, and I think it does a really, really nice job. So now that my powder is mostly set, I'm just gonna brush it away really quick and just make sure it is all gone, and if there's any excess, get it out of there. And then I'm going to work on my lower lash line. Heading back into my boho palette, I'm going to choose a mixture of these 2 colors together, and I'm going to pop that just right underneath the eye. I think it helps frame the eye, and it's kind of what I do every day. And just to be a little sassy, I'm gonna take a little bit of that Starlit powder on that pencil brush again, and I'm just gonna put it right underneath on my lower lash line, but right in the middle, just to bring that shine down just a little bit. I almost thought I was done with my eyes, but I lied, I'm not. I'm gonna go a little extra today. This is a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis, but sometimes when I wanna be a little fancier, I will throw on a little bit of the Stila, what are these called? Magnificent Metals, the glitters, and this one's Kitten Karma. I'm just gonna pop it right in the middle of both eyelids to kind of add a little more dimension and then kind of add a little bit more light to the center. So I just very super lightly just brush it on, and it just gives a teensy bit of sparkle right in the middle, but like barely touching, because you don't want to have to like mess with it. See, I went a little too heavy on this side and now I have to brush it out. So I'm gonna take a fluffy brush, the one that I used before for my crease, and I'm just gonna like move it around a little bit so that there's not like a harsh line of where the glitter ends and begins. I would say that I have about 8 of these of the Stila Magnificent Metals. They are hands down one of the best products I've ever purchased in my life. I use them all the time. I use all the different colors all the time. They are just absolutely so great. To keep with the dewy, radiant, hydrated skin, I use a lot of cream products because I feel like they do just add this effortlessness to the skin. And because this foundation dries down, but it doesn't dry down super matte, I can still use a cream product over it and it doesn't feel like it's pulling on the skin at all. So I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. We have the Easy Contour Sculpt wand and then the Easy Highlighter. And you just turn them on and then pop a little bit, kind of where you would naturally contour. I'm going to go over this with powder just to give myself an extra bit of bronze and warmth. But I like to start with this as a base because it just looks so beautiful. On days that I'm wearing no makeup at all, I will just work this into my skin and they look just fantastic on their own. They're really an underrated product. So there is that, and then I'm going to highlight next using the Easy Highlighter wand. I'm not gonna use too much of this, but I do wanna get a good base layer down. Again, like without foundation on, this is incredible on the skin, but obviously layers beautifully on top of your foundation. It's really subtle, so if you're not someone that like wants a blinding highlight, this is such a great product for that. Like, don't you fret, obviously we're going to add more, but like, isn't that so beautiful? Oh my God. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cream blush. I'm going to use Makeup Forever's cream blush in the shade 335. It's kind of a terracotta, kind of matte shade, really pretty, really neutral. And I'm going to take it on a dual fiber brush like this one here from Morphe, and I'm going to pop that on my cheeks. You can also take this on a beauty blender, by the way, and get some really heavier payoff if you want, but if you just want like a light wash of color like what I'm going for today, a dual fiber brush is gonna deposit just a smidge of color. And it's actually really nice if you're new to cream products and you wanna start with something like this. The Makeup Forever ones are pretty potent, but when you start with a dual fiber brush, you're never gonna put down too much product and you can control the amount of product that you're putting on at the same time. So that way you're never gonna end up with like too much. And then when you feel more comfortable, you can go in with like the butt of a beauty blender and really kind of go in. But this is a really nice blush color to pair. If you're someone who like doesn't really know what blush colors to pair with things, this shade right here is so friggin' neutral, but so beautiful at the same time that you literally could pair this with any eye look and it's gonna look beautiful. So now that I have my cream bases in, I'm gonna go back into my Ofra Boho palette, which is again, a godsend, and I'm going to pick up the bronzer and the highlight. I'm just gonna go over exactly what I did. I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush. I'm gonna go into that bronzer, and I don't do this with too much placement intention in mind. I just throw it on in places that make sense to me, just because I want to look super bronzy, super tan all the time. So I'm literally just running this all over my face, down underneath my chin, down my neck, on my chest, just like all of it. This light is killing me because my arm looks so tan, but it's literally the light of the camera. I'm gonna throw a little bit under the lip. I don't know if you guys saw the difference there, but it really brings the lip forward. If you wanna give your lips like a pouty or juicier look, but you don't want to get injections and stuff, just put a little bronzer like kind of right here. And then along the sides, if you wanna be a little more precise, you can take a fluffy brush and then just kinda follow your lip line And if that doesn't bring your lip forward, like, I don't know what will. Okay, now that I have 20 pounds of bronzer on, let's go into highlighter. I'm gonna grab another fluffy brush like this one from Morphe, and I'm actually gonna start with the bigger highlight, which is actually more subtle. So I'm gonna pop that on right up here. Ooh, get that glow going. This truly is like the easiest makeup, you guys, I swear. I know there's like a lot of steps, it seems like, but there's not. It's easy. So I'm just going over where my cream was. So what this is gonna do is not only it's gonna amp up the shine of the cream products underneath, it's going to ensure that it lasts longer, which is really great. So I put this one everywhere, and then I'm going to take the smaller one in here, and I'm just gonna pop it on the highest point of the cheek just to add a smidge more. Okay, we are almost done. I'm just gonna spray myself. I'm spraying myself twice. I know, super high maintenance. I always spray myself before I do my mascara because I am that person that like cannot wait for mascara to dry before spritzing. So I will like put my mascara on and then I'll spritz and then I'll blink and there'll be mascara everywhere. So I'm gonna spritz myself first with the regular Fix Plus. And then another secret I'm gonna share to dewy skin is in the next setting spray that I'm going to use. I'm gonna just dry this off really quick. To amp up how hydrating the Clinique foundation is, I'm going to add on a little bit of MAC Fix Plus in Gold Light. This is the one that has the glitter in it. Such a great setting spray. Make sure when you spray this, just spray a couple out, and if you saw that was like a couple of gunky sprays at the beginning, spray that out first and then pop it on your skin. You can put some on your body too. And what it does is it deposits these tiny little gold particles all over the skin, so it actually looks really beautiful. Okay, we are gonna wrap it up with curling my lashes and using some of the Tarte Lights Caramel Lashes in the flamingo packaging. I saw it at Ulta, I had to have it. I'm just gonna pop this on really quick. I'm not gonna put on false lashes because, to be realistic with you guys, I don't wear false lashes most days, so I didn't think it was fair to do a tutorial with false lashes. I also think most women don't wear false lashes every day, and so this is kind of like more realistic, I guess, for lack of a better term. And then lastly for lips, I'm wearing my favorite combo. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner and lipstick. And if you really want to go the extra mile and bring in like some glow down to the body, I'm taking my Marc Jacobs Guilty, this big, huge highlighter that came out. You could take any highlighter you want, you guys. I like to use a gold tone one, and so basically I'm gonna take this big brush, I'm gonna pop it in here, and then I'm gonna put it on my shoulder, just to give a little bit of extra glow. I'm gonna film a couple of hauls for you guys after this, so I like my body to look a little glowy, so we're gonna pop that there, and we're gonna pop it on the shoulder too, just a little lot. Just pop it on there, just throw it all on there. It's just, oh, it's so good. And then I'm also gonna pop it on my collarbones as well, so I'm going to bring them forward, and I'm just going to hit them a little bit. Oh my god, isn't that, can you guys see how pretty that is? It just makes the skin look alive, and it makes it look nice and hydrated. It's so beautiful. Okay guys, so that is it for me on this glowy makeup look, kind of an everyday makeup look for me. And thank you to Clinique for partnering with me for this video. There are not a lot of plus size women in the beauty space, and so it means a lot for Clinique to partner with me to talk about their new foundation. It's such a great honor. I love that they're being inclusive, so thank you so much again to Clinique for partnering with me. Love the foundation, thought it was really great. Don't forget to use the link down below, check it out for yourself, or head to a Clinique counter and get your 10-day sample, your 10-day free sample. Such a good deal. And I think that with all of the shades that they have, you're definitely gonna find something that works for you guys. Don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of today's video. If you want to see more videos like this, give me that thumbs up so I know, and I will do more of these. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye.